and you gotta love that we're here for the Valorant Sunday Showdown. It is going to be week 59, and I am Frag, joined now by Vincent. And how are you doing today, Vince? What's going on, man?
Honestly, I'm feeling good, feeling ready. Got the semifinals coming in here, and honestly, that's going to be an exciting one. I mean, we've got two amazing teams. DNA Diff, who I think I was talking just a minute ago. I was like, man, I feel like I've watched these guys come up a little bit. They've slowly but surely kind of made their way up from the tier 3 into tier 2, and they're now solidifying themselves right on the cusp. And I love that. And then we got Dart Smokahs, who is a mixed team, but it's a mixed team of some incredibly familiar faces. We got Frosty, Zekin, Ethos, Governor, and Guck. So
Sheesh.
yeah, that's a team that I would never want to be going up against, even as a pug. But if
No, sir.
there's anybody who's a pug killer as of the last couple of weeks, it's DNA Diff. I'm gonna be honest. Even pug killers with really good teams. Last week, this team took out the Scrounge and Pro side that had Bior and Scrounge, obviously, and a whole bunch of other really good players that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But I mean, they've been doing a good job, and Haven it appears where we're going to be doing battle.
Yeah, it's not Ascent. I've been treated to two Havens today. I am so spoilt. Dilly, in your face. In your face.
Oh
Take
no.
that, Ascent caster. Ha. Get me back next week. I'm gonna say that. For me though, I'm getting to cast Haven for the semi-finals, and I can't believe we're here already. I am dressed like a dad progressively throughout the stream. I have been wearing more and more dad clothes. Wish Dad happy Father's Day, or that dad figure. Hell, even put it in the chat and wish everyone else that happy Dad's Day. But for these players, they're focused on the game right now. DNA Diff saw an exceeding performance from them earlier on, and I'm talking the big names for this game. It's astounding for Dart Smokers. Don't be deceived by what sort of names Dart Smokers. Well, Ethos, absolute aim god. Like AimLab, lives in it. If you watch anything from his YouTube, and obviously Gucci 107, he's had some infamous 1 versus 5 ace that I got to cast months and months ago, and I'm really excited for this one. Week 59's semi-finale.
Oh yeah. And it looks like the attackers going to be just inching their way up here towards V. A bit of a tactical dart coming in to clear out those close corners, and a spike plant actually coming in pretty much for free. It's still 5v5 Cuppa. That's a surprise.
And the speed of these plants and Haven, teams don't delay anymore. They just go straight in their whole W. The meta is as such. And you're going to have one coming in from Frosty. Ethos, in fact, sorry, doubling down there. Nick gets two, add for another.
Ooh. Second. That was a pretty one. Both Zach and Governor taking some shots. The defense doing well. And I mean, honestly, I think that retake, it kind of felt a little disjointed, but hey, it worked out very well. And I mean, we haven't even talked about the fact that we have a Yoru, um, but that's fine. I don't know.
Hold on. Athos is Yoru. Okay, so yeah,
Yes.
he does it. He loves it. And I think he's one of the best in the game right now. It's a hot take on saying that. On YouTube, you've got Red, very well known for his high-level Yoru plays. But Ethos, the study, the homework, the bookwork that this man does to perfect Yoru, it is god tier. I'm even more excited now. Good eye on that one, Vince.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is new for me. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Yoru, like, legitimately in competitive play. So I'm very excited, actually, just in general. As, yeah, I mean, there you see a great example of it with Ethos using the Yoru utility just to get out. And information gain, we see here all the footsteps, so we know it's about to be this A hit.
A hit inbounds.
Finished.
Call the cavalry, get him through. The map control you can get with Yoru is sensational on this map especially as well. The 3-site wonder that is Haven, despite just stuck at long. Gonna get absolutely crushed by the Dart Smokers. Smoking out their opponent, and from the smoke comes the victory. 2 rounds for Dart, for DS. I'm going to say DS just to keep it easier. DS and DNA Diff. Wow, that's a tongue twister. What a set of names you've got for this one.
You're not even making it easier on yourself, mate. Like, you just, it's honestly making it harder as well. So, I don't even know if it helps. But
it doesn't. I'm actually going to take that back. I'm sticking with Dart Smokers. No DS. That's too much.
Oh, man. But 2-0 start here, and we're going to see DNA Diff now on the full purchase, as we would expect. On round number 3, it was a solid anti-eco there, as Flash goes out, and Ethos gets punished for that wide swing, unable to get out of dodge, and that does leave a man advantage for the DNA Diff side.
DNA Diff. I've come very far today. And I'm sure they'd love to see themselves go the whole way, if possible. Looking good for this round.
I mean, 2-3 opening picks. I mean, it is a bonus round, I will admit. It's not like it's full guns in the hands of the Dart Smokahs, but still, victories are victories, ain't they?
A dub's a dub, man. A dub is a dub. And in this case, it's going to be the flawless to get them off of the goose egg. Get them off to 0. DNA Diff are still in the mix. But yeah, you did mention it, and it was only that sort of like by bonus rounds coming in from the Dart Smokers. Governor picks up the glass cannon. Oh, these are the kind of risks we're going to see players take here. They've got the crazy plays, but can they do it today is the big question.
Yeah, and well, look at where he's at. Ready, and oh my gosh, that's disgusting. I love that. That's the new one. Governor is just wasted no money. Like, just spent all the money, right, to get the cool skins. And, well, skins equals wins. As Governor takes the opening shot and wins it.
Making it look easy, spinning that Origin up round and round, and gets the first blood. He's on the defending side. He's over the attacking side. Hunter 3 is going to come out here from Zekken. Can he KO someone like Tekken? Not on this one. I don't think he got any damage there even.
He got a tag on the Nick, but it was just a tag. He's down no armor, but yeah, no frag to be spoken of. Oh, if this swing comes in here from Neon, that is brutal. And he knows, and yeah, Governor doesn't miss those shots.
So he doesn't. Do have an ult available for Ethos. Not going to be in use so far though. Focused on the frag potential they have. Ethos very lit for the retake, but it is a 5 versus 2. So trades available. Governor with the 3K comes out with the Blaze Storm as well. He wants the ace, I think. He gets the 4K. Oh, he can't get the ace. Oh no.
I mean, it was a attempt made, but I mean, you gotta love the patience from Governor, right? Like, doesn't get over aggressive, always falls back after getting a kill, never repeats the same angle twice. Like this guy, that's just perfect operator play. I mean, it's so clean, so precise, and what are you to do about that? It's so difficult, especially if you're trying to use those dry peaks that DNA Diff have been doing to take space. Like, that's so well punished by the way that we just watched Governor play that round.
Unpunished indeed. Are we going to see more of that? That's the clutch potential we're talking about, and that started with the glass cannon up.
Joke's over.
I was talking about no repeats. There's a repeat and it works out. So maybe I'm just crazy.
Terminated.
Velocity's doing wonders in there, in the garage, making life miserable. Ico has fought one back, might find another. It's Dubbins with the shock dart, eventually able to take it. Still, this has worked out beautifully for the Dart Smokahs.
What else have the Dart Smokahs got available?
Shot down. Scanning ahead.
Oh man. Plant They allow this plant. Wow.
Spike planted.
This 2v2, I mean, I thought it was going to be really, really tough for the offense, but they've kind of got away with this one.
Surprising to see, actually.
I love this reposition. No, they know. They know what's going on. That's fine. Dubbin! Oh, yes, baby.
A little recognition is nice.
He's got the
now and then.
2.
Thank you.
4 on the round as well. 1 with the shock dart. I mean, probably played that as perfectly as you could like, realistically. Putting us at 3-2.
That's a round on Dubbin. Other players not really needed a chip in here. Dubbin has been making some sick plays so far. A memorable 3K over on Ascent, and transferable skill it will be. The aim continuing onto Haven. It's your semi-finals of week 59 if you're wondering where you are. Dart Smokahs taking on DNA Diff. And it's super competitive so far. I haven't seen no T games so far today, but I'd love to see it here, Vincent. It seems fitting.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see it, considering the closeness of this opening 5 or so rounds, as we are into round 6 now. Lots of information being gained here by the attackers in mid. An additional duel, or at least attempt at a duel happening, but Ethos deciding not to take the bait. And an interesting start, might I add, as it's sort of half covering that area. And, oh, Neon probably should have found that, but unable to, as Adder finally does complete the duel that Ethos started far back.
What are you thinking of your replay so far? You enjoying what you're seeing?
I think it's been having some solid impact, to be honest with you. It's been doing well.
Something that's not done enough, and Adder doing what is known, Phoenix the duelist, and putting Yoru into the grave. They will do as well. 3-3 to score, and it's that theme, that tune, that music that, you know, like, that's familiar. Yeah, it's Haven. It's one of those maps where you're going to see neck and neck races up until you get to that 10 round, that 9 round area of both teams, or one team getting there, and that's that pivotal moment, this sort of swing, that momentum. Where's the pendulum going to go? Best of 1, just a reminder.
It's hard to know, but this round is going to be all sheriffs, and Frosty with the ugliest sheriff in the game.
Cybertruck, man.
And it really is a Cybertruck, and the Cybertruck was ugly too, so, I mean, I stand by it. If you love it, I'm sorry. I just, it's just not good to look at. So.
It's a bit of an eyesore, isn't it? But that's kind of the appeal. You're like, you seen
Yeah.
this? Look at this. Look what I'm rocking. Something out there, something different. Aiko trying to make some action happen in Neon as well. I've already got backside control, so
This is incredibly solid. Now Zekin does pick up a shock dart kill, and Adder's going to give his information away, so they know there's a player potentially in that position, but the retake with sheriffs is going to be a tough ask for anybody, even incredibly skilled players like those here for the Dart Smokahs. Yuck might get away with one here. But, ooh, nice shot by Governor. Does get traded though. Each kill is just a little bit of cash having to be repurchased, and ultimately it's just one gun taken out of the hands of the Dark Smoker side, or rather of the native side. My apologies. But regardless, a good start here. Now 3 rounds in a row here, I think, for DNA Diff as well, meaning that they are in prime position, Kappa.
oh yeah, definite prime position here. Having a look of the ult situation too. 3 ults available. Hunter's Fury. You've got their all theft and the Cosmic Divide.
Time to jump.
Ask is that going to be something that starts to take this game a little bit away here for DNA Diff and gets them that round or two cushion? Super nice to have on the attacking side if you can do that, and gives you that much more confidence to go through. Ad, he's been confident all day long. Can that confidence continue?
Oh, no! Oh, that was nearly terrible for Ethos. Got the self flash there, but got away with one, and it's all a ruse. Adder sold the fake, and the plant goes down at sea.
Throwing down here. What else have they got to say? Does Fury being attempted? Governor coming in with the blades. Gets just the one frag, but it's a 3 versus 2.
Neon picking up another. That leaves Guk alone, who's had a slow start, but still full HP. Possibilities abound. But as the players spread out, it becomes more and more difficult. Got to swing it at 2, and well, he gets double swung himself. As Neon and Dubbin make it work, giving a 5-3 lead to DNA Diff.
This has really been some exciting gameplay here, and we're seeing things that maybe you don't usually see. Now you've mentioned it, it's sticking like a sore thumb to me. Having Ethos on the Yoru adds so much more flavor to the gameplay, and it would be nice to see some more at that pro level. But you talk of skill ceiling, Yoru's one of those agents, just like KJ, you've really got to master the use of that agent. And right now, it's proving not to be the most impactful, Vince.
I mean, there's been some individual plays that I thought have looked good, but it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that the Yoru in particular has been like uniquely great, right? Like Ethos is doing fine, but he could be doing that on any character. It feels like there's only been 1 or 2 plays that I've been like, oh yeah, this is like a unique and grid way to play or to like get big value out of the Yoru utility.
Right. And maybe, just maybe that's something we'll see more on that attacking side, that explosive behavior, those explosive patterns. Long C, looking like it was a false alarm there. Good pick from Ad, though.
Well, and that opens up right? Now you have the information. It's a race towards the side as the neural theft is utilized. And, well, Governor's just going in deep, hot and heavy, trying to find something, but ultimately gets nothing for it.
Scanning ahead.
Stuff bid.
Yeah, putting so many shots up top, and yeah, it ultimately does make Zekin's life quite miserable in that position. Nice shot from Gog, but Nick lines up both of them in a what looked like a 2-for-1, to be honest. I don't know if it actually was a collateral, but it seemed like it. And 6-3. Now, so many rounds in a row here for DNA Diff. They've really taken control. It's 5 rounds. That's what it is in a row that DNA Diff have taken.
5. Trying to continue going through. Got to 6, and what's next? Are they going to continue on this tearaway for the attacking side? 3 ults. I've spoken of ults, and I don't really think ults have been super impactful this game. It's come down to those aim kills and sort of the 2 versus 1s, and who's going to prevail with those clutches. Hunter's Fury, talking of ults, is going to come in, and it's going to get a frag.
It does, and the Hunters, or rather the running back being sent all the way away through that nebula makes life quite difficult for the attackers, despite the fact that they're on C. They've gotten the plant down, but I mean, look at all that utility coming in at one time, denying the plant for just a little bit longer. Neon now does get it down, but Ethos is going to be able to use the dimensional drift in order to get the information on this retake.
Is it going to do enough to get the round in the bag, though? That's the bigger question. 2 versus 2. Such an important round. If the Dark Smokers can capitalize down to the 1-on-1, it's all on Governor. You know Governor, he is the clutch master usually, but time is not his friend.
No bullets.
The dance around site. That's unfortunate. Nick able to tee off, get the 3K, and get the 7th round here for DNA Diff.
I mean, poor Governor just couldn't find a gun with bullets. Give the man some
Give me
bullets.
anything.
Yeah, like, I mean, he would have been fine with like 2 bullets there,
Stinger.
realistically.
Give him some.
All right, I mean, he had to commit to the reload, and that was ultimately gonna be devastating, no matter how you look at it. And like you say, DNA Diff, they solidify their victory here in half number 1. Guck, I have to mention, having a very, very poor first half, 1-9 at the moment.
It's not what you need, is it? And that's so uncharacteristic of a player like him as well.
Yeah. Well, you expect him to be a star player in a lot of these duels, you'd think.
I think so from what we've seen in the career so far, but against a team like DNA Diff, the way they're playing today, it's been sensational, and nothing but sensational has continued for their plays as we go forward in this first half. And reminder, it's just the first half.
Yeah, I know, for real. I mean, it seems like it's been quite a long one thus far, but not at all. And nicely done. The Sheriff spam, good for Zekken, as he looks to get away for now.
Just for now.
Ooh. Governor could have maybe gotten away with more than that there, but not quite able to do it. I like this aggression. You have to make a decision, but this is really loud, and they know. Great crossfire.
Good start there coming in from Zekken. 2 versus 1. Dubbin, he's got it all to do here. 49 HP. Talking of all to do though, this is even more important for the Dart Smokers. They need this round.
You're absolutely right. Oh, there we go. Man, if Dubbin had gotten away with it again for the ace this time, that would have been outrageous. Remember, he had the 1v2 clutch before as well, and nearly picked off another 1v2, but denied as DNA Diff fall in the penultimate round before the half is over. The Dart Smokers, well, they need another one, I think, if we are being realistic.
Give yourself a second. If you're over Dart Smokers, breathe in, breathe out, figure it out. What do you need to do to take out DNA Diff? And I think it comes down to not giving anything away. They've been going for that hyper aggression. It worked for early game, but it's not been working consistent throughout the game. Got to change up that play style, do something different, and maybe, just maybe, this could be the round we see that difference. Lots of clutches from both sides, but clutches are one thing. Getting the dub is an absolute other.
Yeah, it's been
4Ks,
solo.
by the way, for dubbing. 2.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's solo aggression as well that's kind of been the nail in the coffin for the Dart Smokers. So, like you say, they definitely need to be a bit more passive this round, and try to make a bit more of a concerted effort to play a bit passive.
Tholes, thinking outside the box, gets 1 frag, almost gets the second. He does get the second finally. Neon somehow, some way, tailwinded out there, and Governor gets a fragging kind.
I love what Governor did right there. Getting up on top and getting aggressive with the Yoru. Oh my goodness. Making the 2 angles so difficult. Got involved for the final kill of the half. It's 5-7. Kappa is... This is a good recovery, I would say, for the Dart Smokers, but they still got a lot to do here on their attacking side.
I'd say. Yeah, they've got an uphill struggle. You talk of climbing vertically up on the treadmill.
Oh, yeah.
This is that moment right now. Vertical limit.
I have a question for you. So you mentioned that you're thinking that Yoru is going to be a lot better here on attack. Where do you think it's going to be the most impactful?
Thank you for asking that, man. Oh, I do Euro occasionally, but more from what I've seen of Ethos, I think, and I believe C is going to be the play for that. You've got the flashes, you've got the ability to TP through with your Gate Crasher. There's a lot of lineups from Long Sea Gardens as well. If you get it poised ready, you can actually spawn Gate Crasher over into the defender spawn and get the flank going. That's complicated Yoru plays. I don't know if that's what we're going to see specifically today, but C, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of C plays. Get those fake footsteps going, get the flashes there as well. Gate crash, off you go, and the entries to come through.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that definitely makes sense. I've seen those sort of complex plays like you're talking about. Is Nick? Thank you for showing us not a smiley face. He's okay. He's doing fine, but it's not happy, not sad. That's what's happening. But no, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. I'm hoping that that's going to be an effective strategy, because I think that when you're running a Yoru, you kind of have to make the Yoru not crucial, but you have to make the Yoru kind of do its own thing on your default. Otherwise, I feel like it becomes really obvious where your attack's gonna go.
It does. You've got to think, and I said outside the box and outside in a different dimension, literally with Yoru. The kind of plays that you have, you've got to be so damn creative. And I do apologize, just a little timeout. Do bear with us, and we will be back to the action. But it is a great opportunity. Yeah, Yoru, when do you have a chance to talk about these plays? You definitely don't. Yoru really, as that sort of IGL role, isn't a bad thing. And I think that's what it comes down to. You've got to play off the timing, and timing is everything when you're you've got a Yoru on your side.
Yeah, I was listening to, I think it was Shazam who was talking about how much more effective a like a Cypher can be over a Killjoy on a default, and I think that it's interesting talking about that default, right? I think Yoru can be a very impactful tool on an attacker side default because it makes it. You have so much utility to work with, especially with those footsteps, and in addition to being able to have your own, two flashes that you can get very creative with. I think that is the power of the Yoru, as well as getting aggressive into an angle. As long as you don't get punished for it, you can just gate crash your way out, and that, like you're saying, makes it very, very interesting.
Interesting indeed, and I'm interested to see where this second half is going to go. Are we going to... Those Yoru plays that we spoke of, are they going to come into fruition now? Well, time will tell. The C play, that much was true.
Oh, nice flashes. And it looks like it was...
all over the joint.
It was just the bait and switch.
Oh. The copy hold is going to be successful coming in there from Dubbin. Takes out Ethos. Talking of an entry, no entry to be seen. 4 versus 3.
This retake could be good though. And just a trade that makes things a little bit more difficult as Ico is going to rotate around. Wants to get with Neon and stay together. Gravity Well going to hold off the push for just a little bit longer.
Blocking sight.
Well, Cup is unfortunately muted. Nice double swings happening though. Let's welcome back, Kappa.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking to mute the double sound, but muted myself instead. What I was to say, nice 3K coming in there from Governor. Thank you for pulling the gabs. Beautiful co-casters be having the skill to do that. But is the skill going to be on what side of the wheel here? Dart Smokers are going for that full send. Absolute full send. Heavy armor and everything. They want this.
That they do. And listen, this makes sense, right? Like they won the round, but yeah, you have to invest, and they've invested heavily. As you are mentioning, even having a full rifle up on one player. It is Eco though. And nicely done. Governor starts out 1 for 1 on Dubbin, who gets Ethos down, but ultimately still looking very strong, and the flank position from Frost even better.
So, could bring up an interesting point here, just seeing the frag out here. Not too much to be said unless Eiko is the god of classic, not in this one. Is that Yoru's plays from a puggy perspective in ranked versus in a tournament that we're seeing right now, I think that's the difference at this moment, and that's a hard thing to adapt to, how your plays can be worked off of. And at this moment, you're not seeing Yoru necessarily get frags, you're seeing Yoru make the play to breach site. Maybe you get traded out, but it doesn't matter, and that is the difference between your sort of ranked and where we are right now, is having timing, having the trade outs bang on, and it's showing to be good so far. They're getting back into the game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that trend is going to continue, because like that's almost the equivalent of a jet dashing forward, right? Making space in that way, and I think that's perfectly viable. But I think it's a little bit more difficult than a Jet for obvious reasons because of the way the cooldown works and where I think your animation locked a little bit longer as well. So, like I said, I'm interested to see if that's gonna stick around. But again, towards C, you see, how the gate crash comes through and it's an immediate A hit, keeping that player at C for a little longer.
Neon. Things done at sewers, but yeah, the long push has been ever so quick here. Frags left, right, and center. Dubbin gets 2. Had a lot of 3s, but Nick to take 2 instead. 2 for Dubbin, 2 for Nick. In the nick of time, saving his teammate, and that's what you need, isn't it? Where are you at? I've already traded.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, that was a bonus round, right? For the Dart Smokahs, but hey, that's still very solid. Nearly a flawless victory coming through from Diff, and that's what you would expect. As now they are, I mean, not only keeping their lead, but making it more difficult to tie it back up. As 8-7 the score line. It's looking to be some aggression here towards C on the outset.
The can is set up as well, gets taken out. Eco doing some good work with Cypher. Not an agent you see as often as you used to once upon a time, especially the presence of KO. But oh, this is perfect! This is absolutely perfect for Eiko!
Oh my goodness, but Gok might be the savior. It's gonna have to be the savior. Has the spike in hand, Cosmic Divide available, but Hunter's Fury is there and ready and rearing to go for the defense of Diff. So Gok gonna have it all to do it. The moment A site is entirely given up. I like that Diff are just playing it together. They don't want to give away a 1v1. That's exactly what you don't want to do to Gok. We talked about Gok having a bit of a slow start here, but still a very, very competent player, incredibly strong in his own right, and has been stepping up massively since we mentioned that.
I've seen Gucci make plenty more big plays than this. There's one. Can he take on an Odin? That's the bigger question. Yes, he can. It's the 4K. Gets the round, and that is going to be very important to buy successful. And that's 8-8.
Oh baby, I said it was possible.
Here.
Listen. When we mentioned early on, XYZ player having a slow start or whatever, like it's sometimes easy to forget, but no, this guy has been stepping up, and it's those moments that you don't want anyone else with Gok in there. You know that they're going to be able to clutch, and they do just that. Then it's 8-8. Scoreline tied once again. Nyko's cam is unfortunately put to rest quite early, so no info for Nyko.
Gumping up right into the face of his opponent. What's going on, Nyko? See you later. Deleted for this round. Deleted will be. Good in second. Oh no! That's perfect from you. That's what I'm talking about. Side control at his prime. Ethos coming, taking out Ad after the one tap, and Gucci follows up as well. This momentum, it's bleeding out of the other round.
I mean, listen, you watch your guy, make a 1v2 clutch, or ultimately was a 1v3, gets a 4K on the round. Like that'll hype you up. It'll get you going, as it should. And you're right, the momentum is a strong motivator. Though that motivation probably going to get shut down just a little bit this round by the presence of 4 key ultimates for Diff. You got the running back, you got the Blade Storm, you got the Hunter's Fury, and the Cosmic Divide. Lots of tools in the toolkit available.
Bob the Builder, can they fix it? Well, that's the questions I'm sure they'll be asking in their team comms, and belief is key. Step 1, step 2, execute off of that belief.
Confidence is indeed a big part of this game, like you're saying, and all you got to do is believe that it'll work, and well, that's halfway there.
Do you believe, Neo?
Oh no.
Confident believes, definitely. Wallbang headshot. That tells me nothing but belief. He gets 2, so 2 with a running gun, capitalizing off of that. He's done. Any more?
I mean, I just can't believe that the Odin lost with that, and now it's just Neon Bladestorm in hand, missing blades. It does connect with one, but unfortunately not another. It's Governor's 3K, 1 HP by the way left in the tank, but that's all you need.
Yoru. Been a slow wind up to get it going, but Ethos, he is second frags, mind you. Governor's still in the show though, 23 server high, and Governor, he's the god of jets really, isn't he? You know him for his jet plays, and he's really coming through today.
I mean, yeah, no doubt about it. Doing massive work on that jet, and well, we'll have to see if this can be enough. As at the moment, D&ADF, they looked really good half number one, but now they're starting to struggle just a little bit. Right now on an eco round, or I should say a Chico round, Sheriffs coming through.
Chico. Alarm bot's gonna give away the game though for this tell here. Nick trying to go in quick. Let's get the one. They're gonna get the two as well. This will be a nightmare.
I was a bit forward by Governor, I have to admit. I think that was, I don't know if that was a mistake, just a misclick, but that was certainly, if it was on purpose, it was definitely biting off a bit more than he could chew, swinging into two players. But it has given a nice opportunity for DNA to 5v3 now, make that a 4v3.
Down comes the lockdown. I've seen some really good lockdowns. Rep chimed in with one earlier. This needs to be a really good lockdown. 3 versus 3. It was a 5 versus 3. It's down to a 3-on-1.
Oh, it took everything though. All the ults that were in the tank for the Dart Smokahs, but that doesn't matter because it's 11-8.
What just happened? It was a 5 versus 3. It was a 5 versus 3. There were 2 players lit, and I think that balanced the scales as they came in to bake the cake and went off that execution there. But I tell ya, that's like the college fair. You've got the cakes being baked, and there's that one person that's never been there before that just turns up with that amazing winning recipe. And in this case, it's going to be for the Dart Smokers. They're starting to run away with this one.
They absolutely are, and I mean that's the danger of a team with these names. You know what I mean? Like this is exactly what you expect to see when they are, you know, on a server. Run it back, getting utilized. They know the information. They know Zekin's out there, and Zekin is down. Running back is sent back, but it's big value off the back of it.
Value added indeed. 4 versus 4. Minute to win it. All the pressure really sit on DNA Diff here, and Frosty, he's taking matters into his own hands.
Wow, my eyes are down.
A nice lurk position there from Frosty. It does get punished though. Leaves us a 3-on-3 Cuppa.
3-on-3, Ako, big plays earlier on. Can we see any big plays? Almost to get Governor. Governor being traded out by Ads. Ad gets the triple baby, and it's all down to Yoru, the battle of the duelists.
Ooh.
Who's it going to be? Yoru. We've seen him start to warm up here. The timing is just off. Just off, and Cheeky is right. The 4K coming in from Ads. What better way than with a cheeky Phoenix play?
Oh man, I'm gonna get raked over the coals for this one, but I really loved that gate crash. I thought it was great until he just pushed through blind. I just think it would have been better to play it a bit passively. He didn't tap the spike, did the defender. So like he knew that there wasn't the potential of the diffuse coming through, and I think the fact that you could have been anywhere, you could have been short, could have been long, could have been left, could have been right. Like I mean, you could have been the close corner here, right behind Aiko. Like you could have been anywhere, and he had no idea. I just think coming through at that time, just maybe a bit impatient.
Slightly impatient. It's difficult, isn't it, that Cosmic to find all the sounds. It doesn't matter, though, about the last round. This round's important. Either coming through the entry. We needed to see that hyper-aggression, and here it is.
Well, Ad is ready and waiting. Oh, but Governor's better! Governor! Oh, show him how to do it. Governor is cracked, and he's cracking skulls with the blades. Frosty closes the round, and that's 12 for the Dart Smokahs.
you got to give props. If big frags are to be seen or not, it's the quality of the plays here from Ethos. And it isn't just a highlight reel for Ethos. I say that, and we mentioned it early game. Yoru's so uncommon to see in the Valorant scene at this level of play. This is not easy mode. This is X Games mode. Everyone is sweating as much as they can to make it happen, and still frags are coming through. That tells you the level of play. And you mentioned it earlier too, that it could be another duelist, and maybe we'd see some more frags. But respect, I'm really lapping up these Yoru plays.
Yeah, I mean, they've been. I have to say that I think you called it very well when we started out. That the offensive Yoru has been significantly more impactful as a Yoru than the defensive one. There was good ideas from both sides, but it wasn't. It wasn't as much, Yoru as just good plays from Ethos on the defensive side. But regardless of that fact, big ult advantage coming in for the Dart Smokers, and they only need one more round to take this. Nice spot by Aiko. He's gonna know there's one player close by, and
You should
Well,
run.
that's gonna unfortunately spell demise as the lockdown comes through.
Yeah, the attackers are going
want
to
to
get this
fight
fight in. Oh, sorry, are going to have the fight go against them. It's all happening here. In fact, pardon me, that is going to be for them. So it's 12-9. It's got to be all but time for a GG here.
Oh man, that's devastating. This seems all but over.
Has had a sensational tournament, Vince. And you hate to see it go out like this. 3 versus 1. I don't want to say it's over and done. His plays have been phenomenal, but the double trade at Hell, I think that spells trouble. Gets the 1. Can he get 2? He can't get 2. Gucci can, and they're through with Haven. 39, 1 and done for that best of 1 for the semi-finals. Week 59, Vince. It's over, and we're going forward to the finals.
Oh yes, we are, and oh man, I think that honestly, we're seeing these pug teams, man, come out and smack players around. It's hard to contend with, especially when I'm calling them pug teams. These players have played together a lot before, but I mean it still is ultimately a pug team coming in from a whole bunch of different areas, but also individually skilled. That it makes it really difficult, really difficult. And Governor, well, not quite 30, but 27 and 15, the match MVP. You cannot argue with those numbers. Not a single other player is hitting into the 20s, and I mean, just very well done. I think that we have to add though that DNA Diff, they've kind of been that team. I've been calling them the killers of the pug squads. It looks like this one just kind of came up just a little bit too short. I think if you want to talk about any sort of underperformance, yeah, Neon had an uncharacteristically slow game, but I don't think that really was the difference maker. There was just so many individual clutch moments coming in from the Dart Smokers, man.
That's it, buddy. I think you summarized it perfectly well. It came down to you individual plays. I'm dressed as a dad, and I've been changing my ties. I've been trying to be more dad-like. Make sure you wish that guy, person in your life, that happy Father's Day, that role, and that will be it for me. Off of a banger of a game. Such a treat to watch. Such a treat to cast with you as well, Vince. And please do give us a follow. Both up-and-coming casters. We're casting top-tier talent. Get us up to that level as well. Chuck us a follow, and we would love to see you in the case of our next stream. That's it from me, Vince. I believe you'll be casting the finals going forward. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll be in here at Choice Plays, coming back on the mic, one of my favorite guys to cast with. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back here with the best of 3 grand finals of week 59 of the Sunday Showdown.
Peace.